Hi, Frida. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Welcome
you.
to StartupCab.
Thank you.
Please fasten your seatbelt, and
right.
we're ready to go. Where can I take you today?
What about Kista?
Kista is right up my alley here, so that's perfect. So, you work for Adclouds,
Yep.
a Swedish startup, and if I'm correct, you're employee number one.
Yes, that is correct.
As the best then, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So what's it like working at Adclouds?
Well, it's great. We have a great team. We've been doing it for almost a year now, and we're in a really good momentum, a really good place where we released the product, but we're still in beta. So we have a lot of users. We'll be gathering a lot of feedback, testing a lot of stuff, and we're planning on releasing or leaving the beta state in January.
Oh, so that's pretty close now then.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the elevator pitch?
The elevator pitch is, so what we built is a platform where users can manage, organize, and test their display ads.
Okay.
And the crown is really the testing part. And it's all done with advanced algorithms and based on a lot of statistics, which is very important. Because we all know that data is always greater than intuition when it comes to display ads, because everything is measurable. You can measure everything online, and so that's really what we're aiming for. Users should be able to use data instead of intuition when creating their ads.
So are you using a lot of like machine learning techniques and things like that?
Yeah, we're also collecting a lot of information also, and we're using machine learning to improve the algorithms.
And this is pretty new technology then, so you're a bit cutting edge.
Yeah, you can say that. We have a really good guy from, he's actually he's working at Columbia University in New York right now. So, and he's the head of analytics at Adclouds. So he's really in the front loop when it comes to all these advanced algorithms and machine learning. So it's really good to have him on board.
Great. So is it hard to find, what's the hardest thing now in the stage you are? Is it to grow, or is it finding right people, or?
Yeah, it's basically to grow, because the marketing or the ad industry has always been a lot about intuition, and a lot about branding is also very important. But intuition has always been people feeling this is how the ad should look. This is what we want to. These are the feelings we want the users to feel when they look at the ad. So we need to shift them from being like more intuition based to more like understand how important data is and how you can drive and improve your ads with that data.
So is it like an educational challenge to have, because this the market you're after is basically non-technical people? Is that a challenge in its own?
So not really, because we're looking for people who are actually online already, who are already doing their display ads online. So we're not looking to introduce new people to display advertising.
Okay.
We are aiming at getting the companies who are already in that section. But they need to improve it. They need to understand that it's always better to try out 3 different designs or 3 different colors rather than just going with one.
Okay, so getting your message across and why you do what you do, that's not the issue, or? No,
it's more about understanding how important it is to always be testing new things, and always there's a lot of companies doing website testing. I don't know if you heard about Optimizely. So basically what you do is you set up a split test between 2 websites, and you let the customers or the visitors on your web page decide which one is the best one. And that is exactly the same way that Adclouds works. So you set up a few ads with a different element. Perhaps you have 3 identical ads, but the image is different in each ad. And then you run the ads live on your ad network where you usually show your ads. It could be like a newspaper or your homepage, or and then you let the audience, the people seeing the actual ads and clicking on them, decide which one is the best. So in this case, you will get the results will be our algorithm will drop the lowest performing ads. So it's kind of technical, but in the end, you will end up with one ad that is so much better than the other ones.
So where do you see Adclouds in 3 years? Where are you going to be? Sort of. What's the company size? Which markets are you operating on, etc.?
Yeah. So I think we've always been aiming at a global market because advertising isn't really a Swedish market. Obviously, you can advertise. Everything is so international when it comes to online anyway. So we don't have any specific markets because we're just looking at Earth as a whole, the global thing. But I think 2017 is really going to be the year. We can feel it right now. We have a lot of new users coming in. We have Aluk, which is started end of November, working for us with. He's been general manager of Sweden, Uber.
Okay.
So he's got a lot of good contacts, and he's really ambitious and really hardworking guy. So we have a really good thing going. But it's hard. It's difficult. 3 years is a long time. I would say 1 year we would be double the size of the company, and we will have users all over the world, basically. For us.
And how is it to work? You said you were 10 people now, and you also mentioned you have one colleague in the US. Are you working really tightly physically, or are you you're in the same room, or are you working virtually, or how are you?
No. So Aluk, the former general manager of Uber in Sweden, so he's in Stockholm, but the rest of the office is based in Gothenburg. So we have a lot of we use a lot of software to communicate efficiently. But I think that's good. It makes the employees, or myself as well, feel like I have a lot of freedom. At the same time, a lot of responsibility. But it's also very good to be able to communicate from wherever you are, of course.
How do you sort of nurture your culture and your way of working? Or have you even thought about that yet?
Well, yeah, we have. It's a very important part. It's also very important that we hire people that we believe in and that we actually feel. Because, everything that we do, every employee is very important since we're so small still. So every employee brings in his or her sort of personality and ideas and everything, knowledge into Adclouds, and that's what makes it so great. So it's very important to be hiring the right people, of course, and then we spend a lot of time together. We have every once a month we have beer and board game night. So we play random games, board games. We play. Additional to that, we have Texas Hold'em tournaments. And we once a week we eat lunch together, watch some lecture, startup lecture thing. So we do all these things together, which is very important, I think.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do actually.
So it's a work hard and play hard environment.
Yeah.
Sounds like a startup.
Yeah, I think it's the way it should be. Of course, that will be harder to maintain as you grow, and especially also if we grow in different locations, if we grow in Stockholm, for example. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Super. Well, I brought you here now to Kista.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for this conversation, Frida, and good luck with your startup.
Well, thank you.
Park here and drop you off.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
Nothing.
Oh,
this
really?
Is a free ride.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care.